Hello and welcome to One Man's Opinion. Today I am reviewing the production of the new adaptation of Anton Chekhov's Uncle Vanya, adapted by Heidi Schreck and directed by Lila Neugebauer, running at Lincoln Center Theater at the Vivian Beaumont at 150 West 65th Street in New York City. Now don't go sell the farm on me yet. Come and be a patron over on my Patreon page, where you can, for as little as $1 a month, help support this show and my classic cinema podcast, Yesterday's Matinee. Thank you to all my current patrons, especially my Neo and Hamilton tier patrons, and welcome to the new ones. According to the Internet Broadway database, this is the 11th production of Uncle Vanya to grace the Broadway stage. The play was originally produced in Moscow in 1899, with the first production happening in New York in 1923. The story depicts the domestic struggle of two brother-in-laws as they fight for what to do with their family estate. The titular Uncle Vanya, here played by Steve Carell, manages the estate, but brother-in-law Alexander, played by Alfred Molina, is looking to sell off the estate to ensure a happy retirement for himself and his much younger second wife, Elena, played by Anika Noni Rose. The act would force the removal of not only Vanya, but his staff, and most importantly Sonia, played by Alison, Alexander's daughter from his first marriage, who also happens to be the inheritor of the property from Alexander's first wife, who legally had custody of the estate and willed it to Sophia when she died. This new adaptation from Heidi Schreck focuses on themes of the value of family. The family estate has no personal value to Alexander, so why keep it, except that it is home to family he doesn't really hold much value to anymore either. Though the function of the plot is good and the conflict builds with meticulous tension, Lila Neugebauer's production is a bit incoherent with its setting. This mostly has to do with design, both in set and costuming. At least as it seems to me, the intent was to set Uncle Vanya in a timeless setting. Though originally set in turn of the 20th century Russia, this production feels out of time and place, which seems intentional in order to make the story feel more relatable in its timelessness, but it doesn't really work. When Marina, a nurse who works with the family, played by Katigbak, is asked for water by Vanya, she pulls out a 21st century beverage container to pour him a glass of water. That is probably the most egregious anachronism, and it feels so out of place that everything else, from costumes to lighting, begin to feel disorienting. Where Schreck really succeeds with the adaptation is drawing out the humor of the play, and casting Carell as Vanya definitely helps elevate the humor, especially in the first act as he lounges in his comfortable lifestyle, joking about his advancing age. Alison is also charming and funny as Sonia, as she admits to Elena her affections for Astrov, the local doctor with a drinking problem, played by William Jackson Harper. Jackson Harper dances expertly on the fine line of being funny as an alcoholic without making it vulgar or offensive. But I wouldn't sell Carell short in casting judgment on him just for his comedic acting chops. Anyone who has seen films like Foxcatcher, Dan in Real Life, or The Big Short know that he is an excellent dramatic actor as well, and he does get to let loose some of those qualities when he squares off against Alfred Molina in the second half of the play as they fight over the estate. The fight between the two is the best scene of the play, and Molina and Carell shine in it. The scene does get slightly undercut with a joke when the proverbial Chekhov's gun comes out, though. There are also scenes of misogyny regarding how the men in the play view Elena, charging her with accusations of being a wicked temptress of some sort, tempting them with her youthful beauty. I don't know if it's the adaptation or not, but it feels like an unearned argument that doesn't pay off because the misogyny is never really addressed. It also minimizes Elena into a vapid gold digger, which she might be, but that isn't really addressed either. Though I don't like the apparent anachronistic concept of the production, I do like the broader brushstroke elements of the design by Lien, supported by the lighting by Lap Chi Chu and Elizabeth Harper. There is some excellent color and texture created in the upstage elements that give a sense of season and life on the estate. This is an uneven Uncle Vanya. Even though I'm glad that they found the humor in this play, I think sometimes it leans a little too hard, and I think the setting being out of time and place doesn't work. But the performances are good, and sometimes great. Carell and Molina are great as combatants with each other, and I particularly like the young actors in William Jackson Harper and Alison. But I'm only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below. If you'd like to see Uncle Vanya, I'll leave a link in the description. Also in the description will be a link to my Patreon page. Please feel welcome to visit that as well. You can also support my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and click the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be the new Paula Vogel play, Mother play, currently on Broadway. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.